a little less. Okay. We're good.
Just turn heat map out down.
Yeah, from 4% down to 2%.
Literally.
Yeah. Okay. So to give you a brief reminder and towards the backstory that you're starting with. So, you guys received a letter from your adventuring friend. At this time, you guys are kind of all off doing your own thing. Your adventuring friend, known as Avina of the Ark, she is a bard who is kind of well known for her kind of impulsiveness and her interest in ancient magic. She's very much into exploring old ruins, writing down old legends, and recently she's come into contact with this old legend from this island of Jabrea, following this ancient race of people called the Tiva. She sends you a letter saying that she's mentioned she's found something big that will bring the whole legend and its elusive treasure to a new light. You don't know what she's talking about when she says elusive treasure. She kind of doesn't really string things together very well when she's talking to you. So you kind of just go with it. Oh, okay, a treasure, sure. But she's worried that there's danger that might come with her upcoming exploration. She doesn't wish to say any more in case the message is intercepted, but she's sending this letter out to several of her friends and allies. If you don't hear again from me in a 10-day, I beg you, come to Florifoss and help. My life may be in danger. And that was 2 10-day ago. For your own reasons, maybe you owe it to Avina, maybe she pays really well, or maybe you're close friends. You decide to head off to Florifoss on what's called the Honeycomb Coast. We're getting through this part real quick.
Ooh, I like this.
Florifoss is a small coastal town known really well for its farming of flowers, floral arrangements. Every single area of the town is covered with a different colored flowers. Some are roses, some are tulips, a lot of reds, a lot of purples, a lot of greens, blues, yellows. Florifoss is also relatively small, run by several gnomish families who all kind of work together in a communistic style, building their little flower empire. Communist empire, I guess. So, as you guys arrive from 5 different angles into Florifoss, all of you hear a sudden scream, "Help!" coming from the center of town. Instantly, you all rush over to see. I'm going to pull you over here really quickly to see this building.
Wow.
Florifoss's only business, the Flower Tavern. A small building that they've decked out in some of their most beautiful flowers. However, at the top of them, some of those flowers have begun to move on their own, vines twisting and tangling around until a giant, massive kind of mound appears at the top. It seems to be using its vines to smack down at the townspeople as they're screaming for help. Pull you over to here. The 5 of you run into... This is the Flower Tavern right here. The 5 of you run from different angles to see this mound start to attack people as you begin to try to fend it off instinctively as adventurers. So we're actually going to begin this by rolling for initiative.
Hell yeah. Would we be coming from 5 different spots or grouped together?
You can decide which part. You can decide where you're coming from. Each area, each kind of opening is a different road into the tavern.
That's
I'm just...
I assume the brown thing is a road, but are there
The
other
brown
roads?
thing is a bridge. The blue lines are rivers. Is a river crossing it. You can also come from the bridge.
Okay, I'll come from the bridge then.
Tyler, where are we coming in from? In town?
Wherever you want to come in from, you're like.
We walked across the water, and
Yeah.
we were taking a splash in the water.
I don't have a icon, but I'm behind you, Volgar.
Right.
Yeah, no, I will be back and close my door.
So is this thing like the entire building, or is it just that one little corner?
It's just that one little corner. It seems to be enveloping flowers as it's wrapping around in its vines. Everybody in?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not the one I want. Alright, cool. So you've appeared, you hear this townspeople screaming as this giant mound starts whacking down at them. And Damien, you're actually up first. What do you do?
Damien is just like a pretty tall, dirty blonde human, and he hears this scream and instinctually starts running toward the screams. And as soon as he sees this sort of weird plant monster, he goes, "Oh, you don't see this every day." And he is going to, let me see what spells I have prepped.
Who's going to do it? Down on my chocolate.
He is just going to he's gonna walk up and assess the situation and cast just a little bit of a sacred flame.
Cool.
So he's gonna just do a little bit of this.
Give me a second. The Sacred Flame, this mound misses its dexterity save.
So after he does that, he charges up and raises his spear, and he's sort of like in a ready stance, trying to attract attention to him and not anybody else.
Got you. As you do that, you start to realize that other people seem to be coming to your help, and it is now Bevy's turn.
Okay, so is this thing on top of the roof?
It is kind of against the wall. It is about 5 feet up from the ground, so it's very easy to reach.
I have a short sword. Would I be able to reach it?
You would.
Okay, so what you see is like a heavily like robed. I'm not wearing any armor, but I got a bunch of robes on, and I have a white mask over my face. And I'm gonna pull my short sword. It's a Dao, actually. It's a Chinese short sword. I'm gonna rush this creature. I'm gonna attack him.
Okay.
With my Moon Touch Dao.
That hits.
Okie doke. 7 points of slashing damage.
Dude, you cut it real good.
And you have
You're
extra
slicing him.
attack. 2 attacks.
Yep, hits.
Okay. 9 points of slashing damage.
Cool.
And he's probably pissed at me, so I'm going to use a bonus action, and I'm going to go into patient defense with a key point.
Got you.
And when I run forward, it's not like it's sort of graceful, but it's like I'm like lurching, like my body isn't like I'm too flexible almost.
Cool.
That's my turn.
That's your turn. Is that supposed to be Fulgur?
Yep, the Dragonborn.
Cool, Fulgur, you're up.
The building to the north of me, is that like, what is that?
It's
I'm
a
assuming it's a
storehouse
building.
for flowers.
Is there like is there any cover on, let's say, like, is it like a
You
Is
know
there any
hurricane
cover
style
here?
buildings that are kind of like raised up on a bunch of
yes.
columns? Think like that. So the first floor is kind of open to the area. So
Okay.
those columns could give you some cover.
Cool. Can I see him from this side of the building, or is it like,
No.
no, I have to run up around front. Okay.
Oh, whoops.
Sorry, I'm eating Italian ice as I'm doing this.
Even if I get to here, I still can't even see him.
Is that your full range of motion?
That is, yeah.
No, because he's on this side, right?
Yeah, he's on the other side, yeah.
Yeah. Is that your turn?
I'll ready an attack if he comes like on this side of the building.
Got you. All right, next up, Yanto.
As I've been walking towards this situation, I've been writing in my large book. So I make a note of the surroundings and these other people that are approaching the situation, making a note for more detailed descriptions later, and then I close the book and approach this creature. I'm in range, right?
Just in range, yeah.
Alright. With my bonus action, I hold the book with 2 hands, making it grow larger in my hands. And then I'm going to cast, in conjunction with hitting the thing with my book, I'll cast Booming Blade.
Cool. Do it.
Is that the attack roll? No, I still have to roll an attack, don't I?
Yeah. That hits.
Okay.
Does it deal 13 or 5s? The 5 advantage?
I think the 5 is... Hold on, I need to look this up. Booming Blade is weird.
That is the damage if it moves.
Okay, so it does the 5 damage and 13 more if it moves.
Okay.
I give it a very loud smack with my very large book.
Is that on top of the 9?
Yeah.
The 14 total? It makes a strange kind of snarling sound that you've never heard before, as it's kind of pushed back as your book whams right into what you assume is the head of this thing. Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
Cool. It is not happy at the thing that just smacked it in the face.
Sorry, real
ahead.
quick.
ahead.
Tyler didn't roll. Tyler isn't in the return order.
Oh, Tyler, did you roll initiative?
Good, that works out great, actually.
Okay. Good
Give me
start.
a second. Oh, there you are. I can delete this one. Okay. Cool. All right. As this happens, Ianto, all of a sudden, 2 vines kind of swirl and kind of form arms, and both of them come right down at you. It's gonna make 2 attacks on you. What is it? Plus 2 attack. Plus 7.
It's my armor class.
Those are both plus 7 to hit. I'm assuming, does a 13 hit you?
That just hits.
Cool. So the first one I'm assuming misses. As
I'll
the
use my reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Fine. As the first one sort of goes right at your side, another one kind of slams you right on the shoulder. You take 12 bludgeoning damage as you cast Hellish Rebuke on it. Do it.
And I'll also with that, use Flames of Phlegathos to, what does it do? Breathe myself in flames until the end of my next turn.
Cool. As you cast Hellish Rebuke, what does Hellish Rebuke look like for you?
Just a bunch of fire, I'm a tiefling.
Cool. So as fire, I guess, comes out of your book or wherever it's coming out of to absorb around this, you kind of watch this thing easily push the fire away. It doesn't seem like it did as much actual damage as you thought it was going to. And Shoko, it's your turn. Tyler, I think you muted
Tyler,
yourself.
your mic's muted.
No, I know. Shoko's gonna like run up behind Fulgar and cast Acid Splash.
Can you see the creature? I don't think you can.
I can't. I thought the creature's like.
It's on the other side of the building. It's up against this corner of the building.
Oh, this is a wall.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's a solid building.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I have resistance to fire damage.
Then I'm just gonna run up and hide behind Fulgar. And that's my turn.
Okay. Do you want to do a stealth check for it?
No.
Okay, cool, fine. Damien, you're up.
Seeing those 2 charge forward and seeing allies with weapons charge forward, I'll be casting Bless at 3rd level on everybody, so that'll be a D4 on all your attacks saving throws. And as I say that, he points towards the monk who he sees like attacking with the short sword and goes, "Don't just stand there, hit it again!" And you can, as a reaction, take another attack.
Amazing. Sick. Okay, so I can just do that right now?
Yep.
Okay.
And you get a D. Oh, yes!
Shit.
Ooh.
Who needs a D4 to hit?
So 12 points.
And as I point and say that, I sprint up next to him.
Got you. Is that your turn?
That is, yep.
Okay, Bevy, you're up.
Okay.
All of a sudden, this giant guy in armor has appeared and given you this invigorating word.
Yep, and also the dude next to me is lit on fire, right?
Lit on
It's gonna
fire
explode a
with
little
his
bit.
giant book in his hand. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna take like an instinctive, just like I'm gonna dive away from him because he just caught on fire. I'm just gonna be like, no, 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 and I'm gonna dive over to here, and I'm gonna just get the fuck away from him and slash at this creature again.
Cool.
Yep.
Hits.
Damn. 9. And another one.
You know it hits.
Hell yeah. Another
Jeez.
9.
Exact same.
Um,
twice.
And I'm going to do a flurry of blows on him. I'm going to
Okay.
do these like. We'll see.
Fucker.
Okay, so.
Can I make an attack, please? Before it dies, preferably.
Okay.
That's another 17.
Yep. I bend back at the waist. I go completely all the way back, like almost touching the ground with my head, and then I come all the way back with a huge Superman punch into this. That's my
Meanwhile,
bad one.
Damien's like, damn, I love fucking Helm. He is so good at blessing people. Look at how good he's punching now.
He's done it.
All right, Fulgar, it's finally your turn. Also, these punches and these slashes that you just were inspired to do, Bevy, seem to have really ripped at whatever is holding this mound together. It's starting to fall apart.
Nice.
All right, Fulgar, it's your turn.
30 to movement. Fire, arrow.
Cool. do it.
With I get Colossus Slayer on this because it's weak, correct?
It has
Is it-
taken damage, so yes.
Yes. Okay.
I'll edit that
Oh, that's-
for you. What is that?
I don't know.
Oh my
Shit.
God.
What?
Oh, that's
the
with the
fuck?
Colossus.
Always a thing with you.
I don't know.
Well, I'm assuming 20 is your original roll, so I'll take it.
Well, how
so
did I
it's
get
a
two
20
of
to
those?
hit, and then a +4 from Bless, because you put the Colossus Slayer in the attack column
Oh,
and not the
okay.
damage column.
Oh, okay. I knew things, didn't know. Working on it.
So, it's all good.
So it's technically a 23.
Point is, the 20
yeah.
does hit it.
Would be a nice roll. Okay.
Cool.
And then your D8.
Still slash. All right. Yeah. Awkward.
Hits. Why is the bless that? Okay. Cool.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Colossus Slayer doesn't only goes once per turn.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes. I come sliding in, and as I come sliding in, I just pop off 2 arrow shots.
Cool. So the three of you surrounding this giant mound of vines and stuff, all of a sudden see this giant blue dragon board slide in from the side and just pull back 2 arrows and shoot them straight into it.
The electric beard just waving in the breeze.
And Ianto, you're up.
What's this thing look like?
So it is literally a mound of vines and flowers that massed to form itself, as it's kind of taking its vines and like whipping them down at the ground, slamming them at things.
Okay, so it's clearly still moving.
Yes.
Alright. I guess I'll do another booming blade on it.
Cool.
First, I'll roll the attack.
That misses.
What's the
1d4.
Bless is a D4. Still misses.
Okay. That's my turn.
Cool. It's gonna go and seeing seeing the monk is the last thing that hit it. It's gonna ignore the giant book thing that didn't even touch it, and it's going to attack the giant monk twice.
Okay.
Both of these are +7 to hit. That's 18 and 19.
For the first one, I have a feat called Defensive Duelist.
Okay.
I can, as a reaction, I can add my proficiency bonus to the AC for an attack. So I'm gonna block the first one.
Okay, but the second one still hits you?
Yeah, second one still hits. I can only do it once.
That's fine. Boobadoo. Okay, cool. So all of a sudden you feel, this first mount is gonna make it. This first vine is gonna hit you right in the face, and you manage to do whatever it is you do to bounce it right off of you, but you don't have time to catch the second mound as it slaps you right in the face, and that is +4, so that's 8 total damage.
As
Okay.
he does that, I stab my spear into an opening he creates with the Sentinel feat.
Do it. Is that your reaction? That hits.
Full piercing damage.
Cool. Still alive, not looking too good. Shoko, you're up. Still muted, Ty.
Sorry, I just came back. I'm going to run behind Fulgar. Oh, please save me. Oh, I don't know what to do.
Cast something.
No, cast what? What?
It is a plant. Throw some fire at it.
I like plants. But you want me to? I guess fireball.
Oh shit, wait! Okay, hold on.
Alright, you've got to pick your point of origin of where fireball.
Above its head.
Alright, well, that is enough to catch this entire tavern on fire. As well as I'm going to need deck saves from all 3 of y'all who are right up against it.
So yeah, right here's my point of origin, like the center of
Dude,
this.
it blows
this-
all to hell. Oh shit, okay.
I'm sorry, like, I'm not gonna explain
Yeah,
myself.
You're good, dog. You're fine.
Hey, at least he didn't
So
say
what
I
is it?
sit down.
What is your save, Shoko?
Higher than I rolled.
Wait, hold on. I just hit my thing, my fireball.
I might have put the wrong thing in, but it's 8d6 damage, and your DC is gonna be
8d6?
My DC is 11. I believe.
no, it'll be way higher. It'll
No.
be your charisma's 4 plus 3, 7, 15.
15. Okay. So Jacob, you save, but John, Yanto and Damien, you kind of get swallowed up by all of a sudden this engulfing amount
Oh
of
fuck
fire.
me. Okay,
Just.
Oh my god.
I'm at 15 HP.
That's
And actually, while you
11.
watch this piece of plant get caught on fire, it actually uses one of its vines to create a vacuum, and it actually doesn't take nearly as much fire damage as you would think it would.
And bless drops, guys. Sorry. You two didn't. What the fuck?
All right, Shoko, is that the end of your turn?
I'm sorry. He said
Does-
cast fire and that's what happened.
Also, guys, the tavern is now on fire.
I'm sorry, Volgar. You said fire.
Forgot the explosives are so big.
Yay. Okay, that's me, top of the order, right? Let's see what
Yeah,
I've got in this
Damien, you're
pack here. How hurt is this bad boy looking?
He's looking like he's knocking on death's
All right.
door.
I will, in that case, nothing will really change. I will just cast Healing Word on the monk next to me and say, if you can kill this thing, that would be really good right now. And so this will be... Oh, where did it go? Cast first level. So you heal 6 HP. Oh, wait, no, you used your reaction, didn't you? Never mind. I will instead heal the tiefling next to me and say, you've still got a little fight in you. Please hit this thing. And you have an attack.
it's appreciated.
and then
Oh, I can hit
yeah,
it?
you get
Yeah, as
Just a regular attack then.
yeah, no spells, unfortunately. I'm not that cool.
that hits.
8 bludgeoning damage.
This thing is so distracted by fanning the flames away from it, doesn't. You hear a word of telling you there's an opening, and you take it. You slam right into one of its vines and knock it in, but it manages to reform itself ever so slightly.
And I will give it a little bit of a sacred flame. See if I can take care of it. I'll say, Helm, take this plant down before it damages more of the town.
And as you as you take your opportunity, Zach, you toss in that sacred flame and it lights up. And how do you want to kill it?
I imagine just the flames that are around it from the fireball sort of form into sort of like Helm's hammer, hit it, and then sort of just like disperse into a holy energy that knocks it off the side of the building.
As this explosion, little heaps and mounds of dirt and flowers and vines are falling around those right there. As you now stand in this wonderful tavern that looks very pretty, but is now completely on fire.
Water brigade! Water brigade! Somebody get buckets! There's a river right here! Does anybody control water?
You see a bunch of gnomes running and screaming
sorry.
around each other. Doesn't seem like they are together enough to pull, but they start forming a line of water. It doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. It might need slightly more to put out this fire if they're safe.
I run to the river and try to, best I can, throw
We're splashing with handfuls of water.
Yes.
And Shoko, like the whole time, is like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
Sure, do you actually have like a water spell or anything?
It's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." What? Water skin, water skin.
Yeah.
Water skin.
When you're drinking water, you're just pouring your drinking water on it. Yeah. I mean, I guess we're all just trying to put out the fire at this point, or at least I know I am, or Damien is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you all make a check of DC 12 for, let's say, athletics to see if you can run back and forth fast enough to get water out.
Oh, I did not help with this.
Or if you pass, then you guys
I just backed up and started writing,
Boom.
noting that
That's a stealth.
we
I am
probably did.
scared of this fire. I'm gonna try and run and
Okay.
hide from it.
So wait, that's 1, 2. Wait, did you not do one, Yanto? Are you not doing it?
Do I need one just to back away from the fire and
No.
sit down and write?
And watch this tavern burn to the ground.
Yeah,
It's got the beer.
Meanwhile, this is happening. I'm also yelling.
noting that one of these other newcomers probably did more damage to the town than the creature did.
Is no one able to help my tavern? It's my life. You hear as you see one gnome kind of with both his hands on his head screaming. All he can think to do is kick up the dirt. They eventually get the fire out, but it looks like the entire top floor was destroyed in the flaming blast. So now there's only the bottom floor available. You guys kind of now you get a second to rest as you begin to actually take note of everybody around, as you guys of each other, realizing you guys were the ones who just took out this creature and by accident the roof of this building. And this is probably the moment where you guys can now introduce yourselves to each other.
Everybody sees like Shoko at the feet of Fulgur, like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Relax.
We're down building.
I just reach down and just pick you
Is
up.
this an actual little girl?
Can you describe the character? Because I'm struggling here.
Yeah, you see like a 14-year-old girl like at the feet of this dragonborn, like sincerely apologizing, clearly not knowing like what her powers contain, and everything, and she's like clearly just starting to become knowledgeable of the power she has.
What is she wearing?
Playing that far ahead.
A plaid skirt and a sweater.
She's just kind of wearing bland clothing. Nothing, no sigil or anything that you can like. No sigil or anything. Just kind of bland stuff, like a leather armor and a cloak to cover herself. But you can't really see a sigil of any kind.
Okay.
But you can see that she's very close to this dragonborn. Not or like
Physically or like emotionally?
More of like a
very connected to this dragonborn.
yeah.
That's all I would say. That's all I would say until further conclusion.
It's right, Shoko. As I reach down, I kind of just like pick you up a little bit.
Like you like pat me on the head.
Yeah. Just kind of like now you're just like instead of like grabbing onto my ankle, like you're like just grabbing on like back of my leg.
Yeah.
I'm just like I just kind of look out and just kind of just wave. I'm just the finger salute.
You
Like
you kind of get that we've been together for a while, and like Fulgar is kind of like my
the
protector.
guardian protector kind of a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And just kind of like, hey, name's Fulgar, and I just kind of just say hello to the group. Dragonborn, leather armor. Most notable thing, just the beard is just electric, because I'm a blue dragon.
You have
So
a
instead of-
beard?
I have a beard. Yes.
Sick.
Very-
Wait, what does that look like? Is it hair coming
No,
out?
no, it's like it's electric. It's an electric beard.
Oh,
Because I'm a
damn.
blue dragon, I have lightning breath,
Fucking
so it's
sick.
just kind of like a blue, I think. And yeah, I mean just regular. I don't know. That's about it.
Cool. Anyone else want to take some time to introduce themselves to these other adventurers who all appeared and destroyed this creature
Yeah,
together?
so Damien has he's wearing scale mail armor, and he's got a shield, and it's got like some symbology of the Helm, the god of protection on it. But you notice on it that it has a face, and as he's walking over towards what was your character's name again, Tyler? Shoko.
Shoko.
As he's walking over to
Shoko.
Shoko, you see the face turn from like a bland neutral face into like one of a little bit anger as he walks over, and he gets over to you and he takes a deep sigh and he goes,
I put my hand like around her, like still like comforting her.
"Little lady, like I really appreciate you, attempting to help, but maybe in the future you don't blow us all to hell. That would be much appreciated. My name's Damien. It's good to meet y'all. Although I wish I had less burns while I was doing it." And
It's all right. The creature's gone.
and my
Don't have to
facial,
worry
my
about
left
it anymore.
eyebrow's not coming back though. You see that? It's gone for good.
Shoko's like,
Travel with us,
sorry.
you'll lose all your hair.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
sorry.
I
Shoko,
get it.
Shoko,
You're
relax, Shoko,
sorry,
relax.
I get it. You're good, but like,
Lex. It's
in
okay.
the future, please don't blow us up. I'm just saying. Now you know, and don't.
She still doesn't completely understand her powers.
Yes. What Fulgar says.
I get you, but again, just please, in the future, please don't blow us up.
We get it. We get it. We get it.
I
We understand.
I turn and I.
I'm sorry.
I take Shoko and I just start like almost like walking. I just walk her like away.
So I'll
GG.
turn and I'm looking for the monk, but I don't see him around. And
Bevy's gonna walk
oh, okay.
for sure.
Our name is Bevy. Nice to meet you. Thank you for putting out that fire. I don't like fire. It spreads, and then the next thing you know, you're trapped like a rat.
Yeah, I feel that, baby. Nice to meet you. I'm Damien. You put in some good work on that plant thing. Much appreciated for your help on that.
Thank you. I do what I can, I guess.
I'll shake your hand.
Sure, do the same.
Okay. When you do, yeah, it's a weird handshake. It feels my hands like lumpy, and like feels like there's things moving around inside of like my gloved. You see none of my skin at all. Like I'm completely robed. My hands are gloved. My feet. I've got like those ninja shoes on, kind of, you know, where it's all like wrappings and stuff, and like little
You're two
sandals.
halflings in a trench coat. We get it.
No. It's much more. It's much worse than this. And I have like a white wooden mask that I have over my. That's like I got a hood over that, so you can't see like any flesh at all on my body.
So yeah, he shakes your hand, and Damien sort of like glances awkwardly at his hand, but just like decides not to ask. You know, people's business is their business. Much appreciated.
And then in the corner, you actually do see a tiefling writing in a. Is it still a giant book?
It's slightly smaller, but it's clearly very hard bound.
Yeah.
With some kind of metallic features.
Got you.
Very heavy iron, probably.
Got you.
Not talking to any of you. Wearing simple but kind of reinforced leather armor, I guess.
Okay.
That doesn't fit very well. Like, clearly this guy's more of a scholar than any kind of a fighter. This fight.
I kind of yell over. It's like, hey, tiefling, how's it going?
Give me one moment, please. Your name, by the way?
I'd like to walk up and I'd like to peer over his shoulder as he's still writing.
Cool. What are you writing about?
Yeah, I'm putting it in the notes channel, but I'm gonna be doing this a lot, so if you want to do a new channel for this.
I mean, I think it's totally fine if you just want to keep adding it into the note.
There's
You want to just have? Oh, you can make another one and just be like your book or whatever your character's name is.
well, there could be a private channel that's just for.
No, I kind of like this. If Ianto's cool with everyone else knowing what's in his books, his notes.
Yeah. I mean, you could.
I like to read other people's things.
You could have it set that like you share all these notes, camp like every time we rest or whatnot.
All right, I finish up. I'm sorry. You were saying?
What you writing in there? And I'm assuming I just read over your shoulder because I'm over your shoulder now.
Actually, if you could open, I opened the book back up. If you could all repeat your names, just for the record.
Fulgar Petrum. Everyone's names.
Shoko.
That is Shoko.
Yeah, I'm Damien. This is good to meet you.
We are Bevy. B-E-V-Y.
Are you saying we?
Yeah.
Okay, just clarifying.
As you guys are kind of now gathered and talking to each other, you do hear a couple of the gnomes murmuring up by the what remains of the tavern. Does anyone? Go ahead.
Guys, I kind of look over. I see him kind of talking to each other. We want to get going, or we want to take care of this, or like, what are we doing?
The gnomes are starting to point in you guys' direction.
I suppose I should mention that my name is Ianto. I'll mostly be... I guess this isn't a journey yet, but I'm mostly here to record the proceedings, I think. And maybe help out in a fight. I think you've all seen that.
You did pretty well. Are you all here looking for Avina as well? I take you all look like the adventuring type. He sizes up sort of Fulgar and Ianto.
I look over. I'm like, oh, you know Avina?
Yeah, she's done
I
some favors
suspect
for us.
we all do, or else we wouldn't be here.
She's a good friend.
I just kind of small chat. Where'd you meet her? This, that. I don't think you guys have that ready, but neither do I.
Fulgar.
What's up, Shuka?
I heard of Athena through Fulgar.
Yeah, we met
One
her.
of the gnomes is walking over to you guys. He kind of looks at you. He's an older gentleman with kind of a stare and a very grumpy-looking face. All he does is point to the burnt down tavern and goes, "Do any of you know anything about this?"
About the burned out tavern? Yeah, there was a plant monster, and it got lit on fire, and then it died.
Well, do you know who got rid of the plant monster?
Yeah, we helped out a
Us?
little bit, yeah.
Well, do you know who set the fire?
The plant itself?
Damien looks very awkward because he doesn't like lie very often.
I'm waiting, he says very angrily, getting more and more suspicious that you're not answering him.
I don't. Fulgar, you
doesn't-
saw what happened, right? You saw.
It was damaged during the conflict,
It was-
which we've clearly ended. So, you know,
Without he does a big grump, and without saying any more, he says, "Come to the tavern. The town wants to have a word with their and he puts in the little quotes, heroes."
I
Yeah,
apologize.
I think we're due for a reward. We saved this whole town.
He kind of walks away, ignoring whatever you said. He enters the tavern. Several gnomes are now kind of staring at you all. Some of them with their barrels full of flowers, other ones with like little families with flower baskets. Some seem eager and curious, others are quite afraid. What do you guys do?
I wait for somebody else to walk in, and I'll walk in cautiously with Shoka kind of up behind me.
Shoko.
Damon will walk in
Joko.
first if nobody else is going in, and I think I have a pretty high insight, so he sort of feels the tension in the air, and he goes, I'll buy in the first drinks given the, what just occurred. I know we're all a little bit, stressed out and thirsty from having to put out that fire, so, first round's on me for everybody.
I'm going to note what's been damaged and make an estimate of how much it would cost to repair.
Got you. Make a perception check.
I'm good at perception. Can I make that investigation?
Sure. You kind of see the old gentleman, Damien, as you walk in behind the bar, cleaning glasses. Stern and as quiet as ever, he kind of looks to your drink response, says, "Only got one drink here, rose wine."
That's great. How about one for everybody? How much will that cost for everybody in here?
Normally 2 copper, but for our quote-unquote heroes, it'll be 4 copper.
That's fine. I think that's fine. So I'll pay for. And I mean everybody, like the entire tavern, whoever's in there for the gathering.
But does he
Gotcha.
point at a certain person? Just out of curiosity, is he like clearly single out like a race or anything?
Sorry, I can't hear you. Could you repeat?
Like,
Is he singling out a person?
is he
like in
singling
his
out a
stares?
person when he says that? Like, do we notice? Like, can
But
we
your
roll
quote-unquote heroes? When he's
Yeah.
saying that? He's referring to the 5 of you. He's inferred that you guys probably had something to do with both the destruction of the monster and the destruction of the tavern.
But is he like singling out a race or anything? Like, can I roll perception for that?
If he's singling out a specific person or a specific...
Like a specific person that's of a race.
Are you asking if he's being racist?
Yes.
Alright, you can roll perception.
Sorry.
There are 15 people in the tavern, so it's 4 copper for every person you're buying
I'll do
for.
the math out.
That does not include the adventurers. You can't tell. He's an old guy, but he seems to only be grumpy at you guys. Granted, you're the only non-gnomes here, so take that for what you will, Tyler.
Yep. Oh, okay.
And Zach, what's your character? What's your name again?
I'm Damien.
Damien. I kind of slip him a couple of coppers
Cool.
to handle our
Cool.
drinks.
I'll just say you pay for yours and Shoko's.
Shogo's, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. A little flabbergasted, he kind of snaps his fingers. 2 kind of barmaids appear, and all of them start pulling out these wine glasses and pouring in this like pink liquid with rose petals in it. They start handing them out to everyone. The guy just says, "Name's Memwit." As he kind of shakes your hand, he goes, "Guess you quote-unquote heroes ain't so bad. Though, you know, it's not going to save my upper floors now, is it?"
Yeah, I wouldn't.
What
know
did
anything.
my estimate come to? If was I
do-
able to?
you anticipate probably close to 500 gold because the roof is missing.
Is it all missing?
Yeah, like the upstairs is probably at the point where you would have to, put a sign saying caution, unsafe to enter.
I mean, with it being leaves, like, is it growing? Like the vines outside the plants, are they growing?
So
as
it's
the
a
walls?
building that is covered in flowers. So they have a building, and then to make it pretty, they cover it with the flowers that they make there.
Now, are they picked flowers?
They are hand-picked flowers and put on there. The top is
Okay.
missing. The bottom is probably slightly charred, but still there.
Okay. So it just needs a decoration of flowers on the outside.
I mean, and a structure, but
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Roofs actually have some functionality. Contrary to popular belief, they do keep rain out and also the cold and the air in.
No, really? Never slept under a roof. Who would have
Mimwit-
thought?
Mimwit,
Cheers to the
warmed up
roof.
you. He pours himself a drink and he says, "Cheers to the quote-unquote heroes," as he takes a glug. People seem to be a little bit calmer and getting more into their jovial sense. Mimwit kind of looks at you and goes, "Not often we see some strangers. What brings you to these parts of towns?"
Be straight up and just we're here to see an old friend and name off. I forget her name
Avina.
already.
Avina.
Avina.
When you say her name, there's sort of a record skip
Oh,
in the tavern. Everyone kind of stops, looks to Mimwit, and Mimwit kind of waves them off, and they continue their jovial dancing. He goes, "You'd best not mention any of the arcanes while you're here. Avina was here, I remember." He kind of chuckles himself, "Had all her belongings in the top floor. Oh well."
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
He mentions that Avina had stopped by recently, but said she was heading off north to Castle Arcane. And when he says Castle Arcane, there's another record skip. Everyone stops and stares at Mimwit, and Mimwit waves them off a second time. He goes, "As you can tell, those quote-unquote rulers aren't well known in these parts."
So those people, the rulers are not good people, or
They're not even rulers anymore. They haven't ruled over this district for 1-2 generations. I was surprised to see that girl show her face around here, but you know her. She's kind of a strange type.
You're not wrong about that. I didn't realize Avina is nobility. You're saying?
Well, like I said, they're not well-known nobility. She probably didn't want it well known
Oh,
that she was from a disgraced
not
family.
well liked. I get you. Okay, cool. I got you.
Yeah.
Is it late in the
That-
day at this point?
It's probably close to dusk. The Memwet kind of, giggles to himself. "I'd offer you room and board," but he points up, goes, "Well, you know."
Yeah.
Tired.
Is there like a forest outside? Like a
Of course, there's a forest not a little ways north of you. In fact, if you head that way, you might find Castle Arcane, if you get what I mean. That's where your friend headed off to. Haven't seen her since.
I look at him and I just go, I would quote unquote thank you, and walk out the door.
I followed closely behind.
And as I walk outside, I would like to try to find like some trees, unless the party wants to leave. I'm assuming it's dusk. We're gonna go to sleep.
I was gonna just sleep on the floor of the tavern, but
I'm going to find a tree to set up my hammock.
So
we'll
this
meet
right
back
here
here
is the
tomorrow
tavern,
morning
guys.
then. Okay, that's cool.
I don't suppose there are any other establishments that might take us in.
Memwet kind of looks at you and
really.
goes, "There's like 5 buildings in this whole town. Maybe you can ask a family, but I don't know. You guys are kind of an outlier in this."
Do you mind if we just grab the floor in here, or is that gonna?
He goes, "Suit yourself, but you're gonna be spending the night cleaning."
Sure. I'll do what I can. I guess I'll take the wood. Sound great.
Memwet kind of hands you some brooms and offers you to sleep on the floor if you spend the evening working in his tavern. Each of you guys whoever's staying in the tavern, make a, let's say, performance check. See how well of a tavern person you
Fulgar, we are not.
We're not in the state. No, we're gonna. I mean, we're gonna just kind of stay like we usually do. We're gonna go sleep outside in the trees
Yeah. Okay.
because of the hammock.
I just.
So Damien, you know, I mean, this is pretty simple work to you, right? You're using orders, you're using organization, so you're taking the drinks and you're bringing them there. You're doing that. Shoko, Shoko, you're not there, right?
No.
Nope.
I just did. Sorry.
Bevy, you probably don't kind of get what's happening. You're probably bringing drinks and taking a sip of them here and there, and then handing them to the patrons as you're serving. And then, you know, your version of cleaning is probably just knocking stuff off the table.
It's on the floor. It's fine. Cleaned.
You said clean the table.
Ianto, I'm going to say that you're probably, being a scholarly type, are probably listing off fun facts for everyone as you feed them. Some people are really into it and actually leave you a tip. You actually make like a silver piece worth of coins once we're all done.
You know what? I believe in keeping things tidy and organized. This isn't my preferred line of work, but so be it. I don't have a bedroll, by the way, so.
Oh, those floorboards are gonna be real hard for you. Fulgar and Shoko, you guys are probably gonna have to make nature checks to find a space to camp out in the.
Oh.
Could I?
It's not easy finding those two trees perfectly spaced apart. I'm serious. It's not easy.
Fucker.
And you don't find those two trees perfectly spaced apart.
Well, what you were saying about those houses that were on stilts?
Yeah. Are you gonna build it? Build your
Hook 'em
camp
together.
underneath the house?
Hook them together.
All right.
If I can't find a tree, I hook them together.
Shoko, are you sticking close to Fulgar?
Yeah. So I'll probably like if you find somewhere to sleep, like Shoko will like be close by.
Got you.
I mean, do you sleep? You're not in my hammock because I set my hammock up.
I'm not in your hammock.
Okay, just making sure.
Even though this nature check, I got better than you, but like whatever.
It's true. Oh, do you want to take either of those nature checks or add them together? I don't really care for a tree.
You guys were unable to find an adequate
Okay,
sleeping area in the Nognai Forest.
I hook them together.
Tavern night is, lively and jovial. After the creature ends, most people are kind of singing and dancing. They're mentioning how there's an influx of strange monstrosities coming from the north. If any of you in the tavern would like to ask any questions, now is the time. To your patrons as you're serving to them.
They said they mentioned monstrosities to the north.
Yeah, as you're talking to say it's a group of older gnome ladies who are probably gawking and flirting with the strong tavern maid lady who is you, giving them drinks.
Yes, I'm quite the maiden. Yeah, I couldn't help but overhear you mentioning to the north there were monstrosities up there. Is that near the castle, or?
When you say castle, you hear another record skip. Memwat kind of gives you a stare, kind of informing you, "Hey, don't bring that up."
Matt, you brought it up like 4 times, dude. Come on.
The ladies kind of blush a little bit hearing the castle and go, "Oh, yes, that strange creature wasn't the first one we've seen. All sorts of abominations and strange things are coming from the north. But the worst things, they hear this strange group of people up there. Rumor has it they're the ones making abominations. Well, that place."
Oh, okay,
Was the
interesting.
creature from yesterday's attack
Today's.
one of these?
It's not the first time we've seen some strange plant life come to life, but we've seen all manners of strange things. They tend to be strange mounds of flesh, looking kind of incomplete creations, if you will.
That's quite interesting. Sort of like cobbled together bits and pieces kind of deal.
You could say that. Whatever's happening, it's not normal. They're messing with some kind of strange magic up there.
It sounds quite interesting. Probably be heading up that way myself just to take a peek around, make sure none of it filters down to you fine ladies here, and just do the duty.
They all laugh and giggle.
Them talking about the plants coming together and cobbled together stuff piques my interest. I want to go over there.
Cool. What do you want to ask them about?
Have you seen a man come through here? He dresses in fine robes. He's elven.
I describe.
Long hair.
Huh? They all say, kind of looking confused. No, never seen him. Sorry. We did see a man in the forest once. Very, very shiny. But nothing like you're describing.
Shiny? What do you mean?
Oh, he was decked out in gold clothes. It was crazy. He had a nice gold handkerchief around his neck, too.
Does this sound familiar to me at all?
Nope.
Yeah, here's your drinks.
Some of it
Just kidding.
spills on them, and they go, "Oh, my word!" And then they, catcall as old ladies do and demand to speak to the manager.
They all have bob cuts.
Alright.
They all have bob cuts. They're all Kate Pussy. Okay. Anything else you guys want to do before nighttime hits?
Yeah, I wanna request a lot of bread and cheese. They have bread and cheese.
Make a persuasion to Memwit at disadvantage because you've been a terrible barmaid.
I've been a diligent work. I'm just incompetent. That's all.
Can I help?
Okay.
Am I able to assist?
Sure.
I think we've earned our keep overnight.
Oh, so just a straight roll. So it would be that 4.
You can. He kind of angrily looks at you and goes, "There's crumbs on the floors for our quote-unquote barmaids."
I would
I
like
see.
to perform one final song.
Are you there? I thought you guys left.
Fulgar?
If you wanted to go back, you can go back.
Fine. I stepped
If you
down
wanna,
for
like,
one
peek
final
in.
song for the night.
Okay. If you step into the bar, you see, your 3 friends: the strange monk, the tiefling with the book, and the.
I kind of
human
stuck away
decked out.
from them, but I just performed a song.
All right. So you go up to a stage area. Do you have an instrument?
No, I just used my voice.
You kind of to gain everyone's attention, and you just sort of begin singing. Make a performance check.
Critic.
Okay. So the song, everyone kind of stops doing what they're doing, and they stop and listen to you. What are you singing about, if anything?
A past journey.
As you sing, you watch, all the taverns kind of begin to sway in time with you. Upon hearing this, Memwit's a little kinder and calmer, and he pushes kind of a loaf of bread and a thing of cheese, saying, I'm not going to bother checking this if this isn't here in the morning. As he wraps up his tavern. It looks like he's going to bed, but, he's got some barmaids starting to shoot people out after the last song.
Is he implying that we're meant to share this loaf of bread amongst the 5 of us?
You asked for bread and cheese. He gave you bread and cheese.
I was standing in the doorway with that last song, but just nobody could see me. You want me to roll stealth?
I was not aware that Fulgar was standing that as well. So.
Fulgar, you walk in, slam the door, but then act like no one can see you.
Yeah, I totally realized that Fulgar's watching. Once I'm done, I'm kind of fully embarrassed. I don't plan that. I fold my arms. Don't plan this thing again in the near future.
I bend down. I'm just like, that was really good. Kind of just comforting.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
I
So
walk
it's
back. I just
nighttime.
walk back outside. Go to
Yeah,
bed.
it's nighttime. The tavern goers are all kind of heading off to. You guys find a clearing on the ground. If you have a bedroll, you lay it out. If not, that wood
I'll
looks.
take one of the chairs.
Yeah, sit in the chair to fall asleep. Night kind of falls. Morning comes. You guys, I'm assuming, eat the bread and cheese. Mimwit wakes in the morning and goes, "Oh, you're still here." He kind of wakes you up, like maybe a pot and pan in each of your ears getting up. And he goes, "All right, one night bread and cheese. I gave you what you needed. Head on out."
This is rough.
You burned the roof of his house down.
I didn't do shit. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We're not in there yet. We're still outside sleeping. We haven't been woken up yet.
Okay, I don't eat the bread and cheese, but it does disappear into like the folds of my robe, and it's just gone.
You know we were sharing that, right?
What? Wait, you wanted some? I produce it, I pull it back out, and it's all gnawed to shit and stuff all over on the side.
There would actually probably, if we're being anatomically correct, there'd also probably be some droppings in the bread.
Yeah, it's not. It's kind of gross. You still want it?
Can I take a closer look at Bevy?
Yes. Make an investigation check. Bevy, are you trying to hide yourself?
I mean, not really. Maybe from like the bar patrons, but I don't think these people are. They just helped me fight something. So.
Got you. So, Ianto, as you get closer to Bevy, you start to notice like parts of him are moving, like he's kind of wiggling around and shuffling. And as you touch, you realize you can't see a lick of skin. And then out of the corner of your eyes, you see a tail kind of pop out of his neck and then disappear again. It looked like a rat's tail.
I guess I'm going to give up my share of the cheese then.
Damien, are you doing anything as you've been pots and pan banged or woken up? Zach,
What is it?
Image.
are you doing anything as the pots and pans bang you and wake you up?
I'm gonna wake up and just get the fuck out of here. I'm done with this place. We did kind of blow up their tavern, so I'm gonna ignore the food and the rat droppings. I'm really not asking questions about Bevy right now, just because like if this is like weirdness, I don't want the weirdness to come out in town.
Got you. Cool. So you go out and you actually pretty easily spot Fulgar and Shoko, who've kind of made makeshift hammock style underneath someone's house.
The hammocks are still there, but I'm like just like cleaning up in the river. Kind of like brush my face off.
Shoko's kind of just lounging, fully aware of what Fulgar is doing, but like kind of trying to get those extra few minutes of sleep.
Cool. So what are you doing? So, Bevy, you and Ianto are leaving the tavern. Damon, you're
Yep, I'm
following.
following him.
What do you guys want to do next?
Hey, where's the kid and the Dragonborn at? Have you seen them around? Are you guys
I
in
look
town?
up. Yeah, we're like the next building over was like the building on stilts that he was describing
Okay.
earlier.
So
Yeah.
you're nearby.
And so like we're just like we're like right next door.
This is
Just-
the tavern. This is kind of the building that they've
Cool.
went over, and then you see the Dragonborn kind of in the river.
I'm in the river just like cleaning up, just kind of
You would
just
see like the Dragonborn in the river, and like Shoko's like you wouldn't really see Shoko because she's like kind of hiding not hiding, but still like sleeping in the hammock. So I get like not the pull the DM like interfere with the DM, but like you would see hammock, but it wouldn't appear that somebody's in it.
Okay.
Because it's like a canvas hammock, so it's not like see-through or anything. So it looks like a hammock like that always looks like somebody's in it.
Got you. So a hammock that looks like it's got some weight to it, but you can't actually see what's inside.
Yeah, it's like a Kevlar hammock.
Got you.
Yep.
So you guys are outside the tavern now, reminding that Mimwit did say that your friend headed north to Castle Arcane before she left town.
I'll also tell everybody that a golden shiny person has been spotted in the woods. I don't know what that means.
You mean like he's made of gold?
I don't know. They described him as shiny. All gold, shiny.
That's honestly, I've seen some plants come alive today, and I've heard of some weird cobbled together monstrosities, and I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Are we we're all here to see Avina. I want to make sure we're good because I'm gonna start heading north, and that's towards the. And I like look around to see if there's any gnomes nearby, and I say, Castle Arcane, and we're gonna go see what the deal is with that. If you guys are interested.
Record scratches.
Yeah, 6 gnome heads that pop up out of nowhere.
I'm at this point gathering my things, rolling everything up, waking Shoko up.
Huh?
Come on, Shoko.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna be setting off.
Yes, full back. Yes.
And did you point north?
Yeah, I pointed north. I assume we know where it is.
Because if you didn't point north, I was gonna just kind of head south.
Cool.
Then off we go.
Off you guys head. There's a small beaten path, as you can see in the map, that heads north, past what starts to become a forest of red and looks like autumny trees. The path seems to get starts kind of in a mild prairie area with the forest, and as you guys pass into it, the forest gets slowly deeper and deeper and deeper. Before you kind of are completely blocked out by trees, you do see up on a hill what looks to be a castle, kind of on the side of not quite a mountain, but a very, very large kind of hill, which you can surmise would end up overlooking this honeycomb coast where the Florifos town is. What party order are you guys going in? Are you walking in, I guess is my question.
I mean, I did say I started walking first. I mean, I can lead. I'm assuming Shoko's gonna be right behind me.
I would be also out of character, out of game. Scott, just remember that Shoko only has one ear.
Oh, yep.
And I guess this is for everybody that during introductions you realize that Shoko actually only has one ear.
Is it the left or the right that's missing?
It would be the right that's missing.
How do you cover it up? Do you bandage it, or is there like a?
I'm sorry.
Don't you have a hood on, like a cloak?
I have a cloak on, so it's not very visible. But as for DM purposes, like yeah, I keep I don't try too hard to hide it, but like clearly it's my the right ear that is cut.
Gotcha.
So when I'm listening to all these conversations, like I'm kind of pivoted to one side.
Okay.
So here. Otherwise, I can't. And sometimes, I guess this goes into our backstory a little bit, but like sometimes Fulgar doesn't fully understand that.
You guys are gonna have to. If you wrote up the backstory, make sure to send it to me so I at least know.
I'll send it to you right now.
Okay.
It's very, very simple one.
Cool.
Yeah,
No
it's not fully. I'm kind of making it up as we're kind of making it up as we go, but I'll send you the basis.
Sounds good.
Apologize for that.
No, you're totally fine.
I'll be in the middle, kind of looming behind the girl.
Okay.
Shoko.
Cool.
I'll be in the
Beyonce?
back, still writing, making observations of the people I'm traveling with.
Got you.
Cool.
Damien, are you also in the back? Where are you?
I think I'll be up front with Fulgur. We can do like a 2 and then 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Good to do.
Damien likes
Just
to believe
realized-
he's in control and in charge of things.
Just realized I was reading athlete for my feats instead of alert.
Got you. So you guys are walking into the forest and it's a bit deeper and deeper. Now there are kind of trees all around you. The only clearings path that you're heading straight through. As you guys kind of head into the path, I'm just checking right now. Path perception. Cool. You needed a 16, so you guys got. all of a sudden, the ground sort of drops from beneath you. It seems like someone had laid a trap, right? I don't want a brown shape. I want a better color. Here. You guys are walking down the path mildly, minding your own business, when all of a sudden the ground kind of falls beneath you.
Would that be a perception roll? Because my passive is 15. I don't know if I would be able to see that or not.
You were not able to
Okay,
foresee this one. You guys each fell, taking 2d6.
Strike that. Reverse it.
There we go. Oh, 4. 4 whole bludgeoning damage. As all of a sudden the ground falls out from beneath you. You all fall, kind of landing on top of each other in a dark pit, looking up at the bright sky.
Okay, if I'm in front, that means the supposed rat man fell on top of me. What is happening right now? What am I feeling?
You know what, Jake, I'm going to let you describe this.
Is he there?
He might be
Jake?
BRB still.
He said BC BRB.
Okay, so I'll explain it. As he kind of falls on you, it doesn't feel like one solid thing fell on you. Rather, it feels like a bag fell on you. As it hits you, all of a sudden you hear these large squeals.
Oh shit.
And then you feel a bunch of tiny little, basically, claws and paws all over your back. As it slowly starts to kind of like form itself back into one person and push itself up. If Bevy's mask pulled down, he hit it slightly and pushed it back on. You two at this point get a glimmer as you kind of look over. Rat tails kind of popping out of his collars, basically everywhere from neck to arm, even his foot collars. You kind of see like little rat tails before they slip themselves back into whatever he's wearing, back into kind of a human form.
While we're at the bottom of the pit, I will take my spear out and I'll say,
would my alert feat even look out for that or no?
What does your alert feat give you?
Plus, well, you can't be surprised. This is always on the lookout for danger. So I mean, I just that's up to
add a
you.
bonus to your perception. This was a trap with a DC 15. Because neither of you guys were
Okay.
looking for traps, your passive perception decides what happens.
Yep, no, that's fine. Yeah, just
Yep.
curious.
No worries. So you were saying, Zach, you pull out your
and
spear.
like, hey, Bevy, look, I'm an accepting kind of folk, but you got to do some explaining. I don't know if he's back yet, so I'll hold off. Actually,
I'm
we
back.
can-
I'm
Okay,
back.
perfect.
I'm here.
So, Bevy, what happened is, all of a sudden the ground fell out from underneath you guys, and you fell into a trapped bottom pit, essentially. You landed on top of Damien, and Damien felt a bunch of little paws falling on his back, and then saw a bunch of rat tails come out of basically your collars and your arm cuffs and your legs, form themselves back into a person slowly.
So far, what I've written, accurate?
Yeah, it's all pretty on point so far as I can tell. So you asked me to explain myself?
yeah, I said,
Zach?
yeah, I'm an accepting type of folk, of any kind of folk, but you're gonna have to explain this to me a little bit.
Yeah, maybe it'll be easier if I just show you. But just know this: I'm not here to hurt you. Not here to hurt really anyone.
Yeah, I know Shoko's hurting him more than you have, so I'm pretty okay with this so far.
Okay.
I'm making sure Shoko's okay.
Just brace yourself. I've been told this can be a little disconcerting.
And I'll disrobe, and I will use my ability, bestow horror. Let's see. I don't have it up. I don't have it on my thing, but everybody needs to make a wisdom save. Anybody who's looking at me.
It's just a 16.
Definitely doing that. Then.
I mean, I'm looking down at Shoko, because like you're on the ground.
Well,
So
Shoko's
to clarify, you're not meaning to do this; it's just happening.
It's like how I'm flavoring this ability of mine.
Shoko
It's
doesn't
a monk.
really look at anybody in the eyes, so it's the GM's call.
fine. It says anybody.
I'll
can
leave it
see
up to you guys. You do not have to make it if you're not looking, but then you're not aware of what's happening here.
Okay, yeah, then
I mean, but I can can I like hear conversations going on? Or I mean,
you could hear, but you would have to, if you begin to participate in the conversation, you'll have to make.
yep,
Just
that's fine.
do it. It's DC 13. You
Just
guys
do
can
it.
make it.
Do it.
Probably
That's
not.
remarkable.
I help
Wait,
out
what are we
Shoko, and then
seeing?
as I hear this, like I'll turn. What is it? Wisdom?
Wisdom save.
Damn. Okay. So you guys are unperturbed by this, I guess. So I'm going to disrobe, and you've got basically what is like a pile in the shape of a humanoid of just straight up like 600 rats stacked into a humanoid form. And they're like swirling and exchanging like positions and stuff. I'm like constantly moving.
Hey guys, at least we're not gonna go hungry. Ah, oh my god, that's so insensitive. I'm so sorry, Bevy. I did not.
I'm going to count the rats.
Make an investigation check.
I'm trying to make a way out of the hole.
This is a good place for this to happen.
Exactly how many rats am I looking at?
Give an accurate number, Jake.
I think I did the. I'm probably about like 300, maybe like 410, maybe I think, because I'm like 5'9", I'm average height. And the average rat is like half of a pound. Yeah, somewhere around there. Somewhere like 360, maybe.
You see Eonto not perturbed, like you're expecting everyone to freak out as you show that you're basically a bunch of rats in a human suit. And instead you watch Eonto go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Now, look, I'm not saying this isn't a little bit fucked up, but like, as long as you stabbed that thing real good and you didn't stab me real good, so I'm okay at the moment.
Yeah, this is apparently not common, as I found out. This is brought on by a magic user who made me this way.
Can I insight
Yeah,
check that?
Sure.
Always inside check Jacob characters, always.
Always.
See if
Roll
they're in
on.
disguise.
Yeah.
Always.
As far as
Why
you can
do
tell,
I
Folgar,
have-
everything he's saying
I'm
is
sorry. Why do I have 2 rolling?
Okay,
because you have queried always advantage on your character sheet. I can
How-
go to the cog and then click roll queries and put advantage toggle. Then you can click at the top of your sheet what you're rolling.
Here, I'll just fix it for you real quick.
Thank you. Could you mind?
What do we see when Bevy is speaking?
Oh yeah, is it one
So
one
you-
head rat?
No, well, yeah. It comes from like a centralized area in like what would be my head, but it's like 60 or 70 rats working together, making these weird sounds. Why my voice is so fucked up is because it's like a collaborative effort of many to try and create one sound.
Hey, it's
basically.
us, the
Been
voice
fixing it.
rats. Oh, that's awesome. All right. You notice?
As you guys are in this hole, you hear, "We caught something! We caught something!" Adult male voice say.
How big is this hole?
What did I draw? What, 15 by 25?
Mm-hmm.
How wide? So it's 15 foot wide, like a.
15 feet wide by 25 feet. 15 by 25 foot cube. We'll say it's about 20 foot deep. Took 2d6 damage.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Okay.
like, oh shit, and I'm gonna like a wave of water. I'm gonna start pouring back into my disguise and try and get myself situated.
As you guys hear that, you hear horses galloping up to you.
I have my bow drawn just because don't know what's.
Got you. Totally
There.
fine. Eventually, as you look down, you see 5 adult men, all of them kind of sneering and chickering. Ha! We caught some new ones. We caught some slaves. As you look down, they seem to be bandits, each of them with a handkerchief around their neck in 5 different colors. You've got a red one, a blue one, a yellow one, red, blue, yellow, pink, no, black, and green. They kind of laugh and cheer you and go, ha ha ha, and they toss shackles to you guys and go, now put those on.
How high is the pit?
20
20
feet.
feet.
Not an easy climb by any stretch.
Mm,
Yeah. Am I back in my disguise?
We'll say it probably took them about a minute and a half to get there, so you were back in disguise. They don't see you coming into a bunch of
Okay.
rats, like, infesting into a human being.
For sure.
I look at Bevy and I just kind of just give him a wink, and I'll just like slowly put the shackles on, but loosely. Like, I mean, I don't know how.
Make a
I don't know
deception check.
how are these shackles.
So they're basically standard handcuffs, right? 2 metal shackles that link in with a chain in
That
between.
link in.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Then I would like to do it like loosely enough, kind of thing.
Got you. Make a deception check.
Did it roll? Oh,
You have to. It'll ask you 2 questions, whether or not you
oh,
want
the
to report to
public
me or
advantages.
you wanted an advantage.
Okay.
Cool. These guys are pretty full of themselves. They don't actually notice too well. You're very slightly putting it on.
Would I be able to do the same thing?
You can make another deception check. Yep, same for you. As you're putting them on, you're not latching them. You just go and you click, and they're not very smart guys. They don't seem to be noticing.
Given that my backstory is related to being a sort of guard, would I be able to have advantage on a deception check for this?
Sure.
Sick. Leveraging that backstory. I'm not very good at this, though.
I don't even know. Oh, I don't even have a background.
One more roll.
Out of curiosity,
Hey.
now that we're all wearing shackles, how do you plan to get us out of the pit?
They laugh.
We
You hear
don't
them
walk
stop
away.
twice, and you watch the rest of the pit fall, and it actually falls into a ramp up.
Oh, that's pretty handy, actually.
You're
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was gonna say,
You're not our first captives, they say.
would I have been able to cast aid at any point?
So I can see out of the pit now.
You're leading you up to the pit. They're taking your shackles and chaining them up to what looks like a horse, kind of in like a prisoner line.
As we're going up the ramp, can I
Yeah.
like go quiet for a second and see if I can hear like any small talk amongst them?
Sure.
I'm going to start talking to people telepathically.
Make a perception check. You see the guy in the red. You see the guy in the blue handkerchief talk to the guy in the red handkerchief. He goes, Gold's really gonna like these new ones we captured."
Oh.
Did we all hear that?
No, he only heard it as he was percepting.
Oh, that was okay.
listening in.
I'm going to speak to Damien. That's what Zach's
Yep, that is
character's
me,
name
yes.
is, right? So you seem to have made yourself the leader of our little group here.
I glance around,
I'm
super
saying this
surprised.
telepathically.
Yeah, I'm like glancing up, I'm glancing down, glancing left, and glancing right. Are you staring at me, giving me some indication?
It's me. The one with the horns.
And I like almost open my mouth to talk because I'm not super smart. But I clamp my mouth shut and I go.
Oh, you can't respond. I'm sorry.
I'm thinking
Just
just
not if you
you
understand
see
what
like
I'm
a
saying.
vein appear on my head as I try and talk back, but I just nod.
I don't suppose you want to turn the tables on our captives.
I nod again.
As you guys are doing this, you see 4 of them. All right, Black, take them along. We're gonna stay here and build the trap. Well, as you guys are nodding, Black begins to ride his horse, and you realize your chains are actually connected to his as he begins to pull you in a direction.
Is it
Are
north?
we chain gains? Chain
Basically.
gang style? Like one in
Chain
front
gang
of the other?
I
style.
assume they
Oh,
took our weapons and shields and stuff like that.
Well, those probably fell off of you, so they're probably there. We'll say Black, however, has most of it stored in a saddle.
Like the saddlebags. Okay, cool.
I'd have put the book back in my backpack.
That's fine. As Black kind of leads you probably 100 feet or so, you come to a pond. Black's horse, which he doesn't have very good control of, starts pulling off to that side of the pond and going down for a drink as he's stopped. You guys are probably a good 500 feet from the rest of the gang.
I guess, are we being taken to the castle?
You don't know.
I would like to slip out because I feel like this is a good
Yeah, that's a good spot.
spot as
It's
any.
also
Does it
important
seem
to note
like
that
we're
Black has
going
a
to-
couple of guys with him, so he's not
He's
the
not
only
alone,
one
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Oh, he's not alone. Okay.
No, there's probably 3 or 4 brutish-looking dudes.
please.
Brutish-looking dudes.
All right. So what do I have on me for, say, weapon, or is it just unmanned?
So your weapons are all collected in his bag. Black's not a very smart guy, so they're kind of pretty obvious for you. to
Thrown in the
see.
back.
Yeah.
Where are we compared to, I guess, the other 3 guys that are not on the horse? Are they on the horses or?
So it's we'll say you're attached to just Black's horse,
Yep.
but they are also on horseback to the side.
Okay. I look over at Damien. I just kind of give him a little nod. You nod back?
Yeah. As we do that, on the way over, I'd like to. I don't know whether he would allow this, like, as a person, but, like, I'm gonna clutch my holy symbol and cast aid on the small girl, the rat pile, and the squishy-looking lizard.
That's fine. Well, is there a
There's
somatic
all three
component?
components, so I'd be talking under my breath, waving my holy symbol a little bit on my neck, and saying a prayer.
Got you. Let's say you have to do a sleight of hand check at disadvantage to see.
Do I see you doing this? Are we next to each other in this chain? Or close enough that I might be able to observe this?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Why? What's up?
I'm going to thaumaturgy. What's the sound that I can make with thaumaturgy? I know it's pretty limited.
You can make your voice boom. I think you can make the ground quake.
I would
Nobody
like
knows, you
make
make
the
the
ground
music.
quake where the horses are to like, you know,
Distract them.
yeah.
I'll say you don't have to be stealthy, Zach, but you do have to make a somatic because you still have the chains around.
Yeah, for sure. So do you sleight of hand, which is sort of like a sleight of mouth kind of deal?
Yeah.
And disadvantage still or regular?
Disadvantage. You're chained
Cool.
up. DC 12 to see if you can make it
Nope,
happen.
I fail.
Nope. So as you try to cast the spell, it kind of fizzles out in your hand.
Yeah, I guess I
these chains
can't do those components right or something like that. That's fine. Cool.
Yeah.
Fast forward back to you nodding at me, Fulgur.
Yeah, I nod at you. Just like I'm assuming you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, and you see my hands are pretty loose in my restraints.
Yeah, and then so like I kind of slip out, but I'm holding the shackles still up, so my hands are like crossed, but it still looks like I'm shackled.
Cool. I'll mirror
I
it.
wait for a moment. I wait for a moment.
All
where
of
they-
are all of them grouped up right now? The people who are taking us to wherever.
I'd say that they got pulled to the side of the river, and so that the kind of next to each other with you guys chained behind.
Does anybody want to do anything? Because
Like
I'm just
within 10-foot radius.
Sure.
Are we all like aware that Fulgur is doing some tricky?
Sure. Yeah, you're all aware.
Okay,
Alright.
I'm going to interrupt anyone that's trying to. How about you let me start this party?
I'm.
While they're
don't
all
know,
grouped
I
up
don't-
together, I can.
Are you actually telling me this, or are you
I'm just saying this telepathically too.
telepathically? I look around like I don't know what's going. I don't know what. Do I know it's your voice though?
You've probably heard my voice.
Yeah. Okay. Then I look over. I'm just kind of. I look at you confused, and you just do whatever you do.
Alright. I think you'll know when this is about to begin. I'm going to cast Shatter where they are. Oh, first I'm going to try to slip out of these shackles.
Okay. I mean, you guys all managed to fake put them on, so you do it easily enough.
Okay, and then I'll cast Shatter where they are.
Okay, so they need to make as a con saves or dex saves.
Level 3, right? Because we're level 5 now.
Yeah.
I think it's a con save. Yeah, it's a con save.
Con save. So, okay, they're all 2. There's 5 of them, so roll 5d20. The guy known as Black makes it, and one of his thugs makes it. The other 3 are kind of knocked in opposite directions of your choosing.
Do I see this happen?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty obvious when.
Okay. I mean, like, cause I wanted to if I was busted out of my chest, I wanted to just grab the closest weapon, whatever it was, like a sword or
They
whatever.
didn't take our packs from us, did they? Just our
They only
weapons?
took your weapons. They only
Okay,
took your weapons.
So at this point, I've taken my book out of my bag.
And I would like to just stab, like, probably just hit the horse that he's on.
Got you. We're gonna have to roll initiative before you.
Yeah, no, I figured, yeah, but I mean,
So hold
that's where
on
I
one
was going
second.
with that.
I'm gonna
I don't know how you wanna do
over
that.
to a new site. Love my very quickly made map.
Actually, pretty
I
nice
like it.
looking.
I do. Yeah,
It's got
fine.
colors in it. It's not just
Yeah.
boxes.
Yeah. So you
I'm taking
guys,
notes, I'm taking notes.
you guys are probably here, ish in a straight line. Ianto, did you roll damage, Ianto?
That is 14 damage.
Give me 1 second. Gotta get my life together.
Half, yeah, 3d8 or half as much damage, and then another 1d8 because of higher level.
Got you, so 14 total?
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, that's also one of my spell slots gone. I need to take care of that.
How is those how are those shackles on Ratman? I'm always curious.
It's like at my wrist. There's like two scrunched together that they've shackled up. So they're wearing like a girdle basically.
I feel like the rats would have to be holding on to the shackles.
I
keep
mean,
them on.
like, yeah, kind of. I mean, my character still is like a humanoid, so not just like made of liquid, I guess. And I could still be restrained.
One thing I've learned, Zach, that's a pain in the butt, is I accidentally got rid of the grid, so you guys are gonna have to.
No,
Well,
it's
it
there.
almost
It's still
snaps.
there.
It snaps into it.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
still see it here. See, look at this. Ba, ba, ba.
Okay, cool.
You could probably make the shapes opaque a bit, but that's just another setting to edit. So, but we're good though. There is a grid
That's
underneath this that we can use.
All right. How do I clear turn order? Oh, that's how. All right. So we're gonna need to re-roll initiative, everybody.
Indeed.
Wow. Would you have allowed me to do that attack or no?
No, I'd say Ianto's attack was enough to
Okay.
trigger.
Yeah, I think things are happening, guys.
Where's the buck? Where's the? Was he carrying like a wagon behind him?
No, it was on his horse's saddlebags.
Oh, just on the horse. Okay.
Yeah, I did not add a horse token. Give me a second. No, I don't want to spend premium money. I don't got time.
Ty, are you on there?
There's their horses drinking water. There were horses.
Did I hit the horses as well?
No. It's just for ease of life, say that. So you guys would be a straight line in the opposite direction, right? This is his horse.
You want us to be?
You guys would be Chain Gang style. You would be Chain
like-
Gang style behind
yeah,
it.
like this. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like that.
I'll put it in Shoto or Shoko.
He's there.
Oh, he's in it.
He's at the end.
Wait, is it a boy
no,
or
I
a
just
girl?
dragged him out.
Girl.
I'm saying in the initiative order.
Oh, the initiative. Oh, I don't know.
All right, and before we do this, can we take a 5-minute break? So
That's fine.
Absolutely.
let's take 5, guys.
I can grab dinner now.
goes.
Au contraire, that you got at least a 16.
Flex his collar. Ugh.
That's a 14,
Oh, could you?
actually.
I have no.
Could you
I,
So
I have
rough.
no
That's
clues.
my hand.
I fell asleep.
My
I knew
hand.
you fell asleep.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry, my cat's biting my hand.
It sounded like a cat argument.
No, I apologize. I've been up all day snowboarding. Really tired.
How dare you have fun? How dare you?
Fun outside
guys
of
aren't-
this area.
You guys are my fun.
All right, are we all back and ready?
Yes.
Cool. So Black and his minions are mindless, letting their horses drink water, thinking they've captured prisoners. All of a sudden, Ianto manages to undo his shackles just enough for him to cast Shatter on them. Ianto, I'm assuming you're gonna have to move to do that.
What's that?
Doesn't it have to be off of a point, or does it not? I always forget.
It's up to a point within 30 feet,
Okay, cool. So
60 feet.
Even
Ice back.
better.
Sorry.
sorry, I'm messing everything up.
Why is the bridge moving?
There it goes. Okay. There we go. Okay. You shatter. These three guys kind of get blown back in these directions, whereas Black and his one minion stay there. Immediately, they turn to you and pull out their weapons, ready to, like, we got some bad prisoners, boys. Let's kill them.
What do they have for weapons?
Where do they have your
That we
weapons?
see. No. What do they have for weapons? Just swords or?
Two of them have crossbows. Two of the minions have crossbows. Two of the minions have maces. Black pulls out a long sword in one hand and a short sword in the other.
Okay.
And if you're curious, all of your weapons are right there
At the booty of our
That-
chain gang chain, yeah.
at the booty of your chain gang. Blah. And then we're at top of the order, which is actually you again, Ianto.
I do it again,
to-
and they all die.
I mean, when you told me they were all within 10 feet, but I don't think they are now.
They got blasted. The ones who didn't save because Shatter. Doesn't Shatter
Okay.
throw them in? I'm thinking Thunderwave.
That's Thunderwave.
Whoops. Let's put them all back together.
I think the only thing that's special about Shatter is it does more to inanimate objects.
Yeah, I think constructs make it with disadvantage.
Got you. Okay, cool. It's your turn, Ianto.
My problem is I didn't choose all my spells yet. So, okay, I'm going to bonus action cast Hex on the big guy.
Okay.
And then I'm going to... I'll just hit him with my regular book since I haven't had a bonus action to do that yet.
Okay, do it.
Whilst casting Green Flame Blade. That's the one with the jumping damage, right?
Yes.
Now, could someone help me out with that? Because I'm not sure how many rolls I have to do for it.
Green Flame Blade.
You do one attack roll, and then it automatically spreads to the one next to it.
Make a
Okay,
single
so
melee
I
weapon
should
attack
roll first then. See if it even hits. 13?
Nope.
What
This
does Hex
guy,
do?
your book, kind of. Well, yeah. Does Hex add to it, or Hex adds damage? I thought.
Damage.
Yeah. So yeah, you slam at him with your book, but it's just not enough. As he sort of kind of looks at you, looks down at the book. You kind of hit him in the chest with it. Looks back at you, kind of angry.
Okay, that's my turn.
Cool. Choco.
I would like to cast Sleep.
Got you. So roll. What is it? 5d8.
Yeah. And that's sorry.
If you do level 1, if you do it at a higher level.
Let me just do it at a level 1.
21. As you cast it, I'm assuming centered around the bad guy. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, the guy right to the left here of you, Ianto, his eyes get really droopy, and then all of a sudden he kind of just falls down and passes out. And so your spell knocks that guy out. Is that your turn?
Yes. Yes.
Black kind of looks down at this tiefling who just shoved a book at him and whacked him with it. He kind of cracks his neck to one way and it cracks his neck to the other way, and then he takes his longsword and he's swing twice at you with his longsword. Ianto. They're both +5 to hit. So that's a
14.
12 and a 14.
When the first one hits, I'll use Hellish Rebuke for that one.
Well, you take 11 slashing as the longsword swings down at you in the first turn. Your Hellish Rebuke kind of knocks him off of his range, and so the second one does not hit as well. And he does not. He takes that full brunt of damage. He already doesn't look too good.
Okay, and I'll also wreathe myself in flames again.
Cool. He was gonna attack you again, but you did that, so he's kind of freaking out about that, so he's gonna hold off. Damien, it's your turn.
Could I have just punched him with a fist for my reaction for my sentinel before my turn?
What's...
How so? Oh, 'cause he's within 10 feet.
Oh,
of you.
actually, no, it's within 5 feet. Never mind. I'm not
Oh,
close
God
enough. I have
damn
to be
it.
within 5
I
feet.
lose hex.
Oh.
Alright. Alright. So I will take off my shackles that I thankfully did not put on well. And I will do a little bit of a bless for everybody. So everybody will get the D4 again. And I'll say, Ianto, you should probably show him your notes. And I'll point to Black again. And I'll let you do your thing.
So Ianto, you get you can use your reaction back.
Sorry?
You
Oh, okay.
Damien, it's a thing Damien gets where he can allow you to
And does that come with bless? as
It
well?
does come with a bless, yes. Oh, okay.
even with a bless that's
Yeah,
not gonna
okay.
make it.
Let's see what I get anyway.
So everybody's blessed. I will shuffle past Fulgar, I guess, and grab my spear.
Cool.
And then I'll just shuffle back next to.
Got you. This guy in front of you is passed out.
Oh, right there. So I'll shuffle further.
Cool. All right, is that your
Yep.
turn? Bebby.
Okay. This guy is sleeping, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to here. We don't have our weapons, correct?
They're on that horse that you're now in front.
I want to grab the sack. Can I take the sack off?
Sure, but that would be your action.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Let me see something. No, not worth it. Can I hop over the horse and get here?
You move, what, 5,
You
10,
said
15,
monk
20...
You could
I'll
slide
give
under
it
the
to you.
horse.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
I can do an acrobatics check or something if you want.
Nah, that's good. I'll say you can do it easily. Slide
He's a
underneath
bunch
the
of
horse.
rats.
Big horse.
Just kidding.
You're a bunch of rats, yeah. Morph yourself underneath it.
Okay, then I'm gonna come up and do a full round of attacks on.
Do it.
So I found out that my unarmed attacks are supposed to actually be doing D6s at level 5.
Oh, not D4s. Your first unarmed strike does not hit him.
Bless,
It's a
bless,
slam in.
bless.
His armor's too tough, and the rat in your fist actually takes a little bit of a.
But
Ugh.
maybe with bless it hits.
Oh yeah. It still
16?
does not.
Oh, damn. Okay, I'll go another attack. Oh, damn. Well, maybe bless.
This
Oh.
time, You feel that the second punch might be not helpful, but you feel the power of Damien's god kind of guiding your hand right underneath his into his torso, and you feel that one connect to something. It's ugh!
Okay. I will use. Is he looking at me?
He's probably gonna turn your direction as you punch him in the face. Well, in the chest.
That's true. Ooh, can I do a stunning strike on him?
Sure. Spend a
Okay.
key point.
Yep.
And what is that? A con save?
Con save, DC 13.
He makes it.
All right. That's my turn.
Cool. Fulgur.
Can I reach into the bag and grab a bow and some arrows?
Sure. Grabbing an item is free action, but taking the bag off has been an action.
I'm not taking the bag off. I'm just like reaching and grabbing whatever I need.
Cool.
If
It's not your bow, but it is a bow.
A bow. Okay, yeah, that's fine. The guy in front of me, he can't make a reaction because he's asleep, right?
Exactly.
All right, so I would like to run up. Is Shoko? Are you still shackled? Ty, you're muted.
You did.
Yeah.
Are you shackled still?
I'm still not sure.
So yes.
Am I?
Yeah. If
Yeah,
you
I'm
just
gonna
fake,
I'm
If
gonna
you
say
didn't
yes.
instinctively take the shackles off, then they're still on you.
All right, then I'm gonna Shoko, take those off. And I'm gonna spin around. I'm gonna fire 2 shots at the big guy
Do it.
with a hunter's mark. We're gonna hunter mark him.
What does that give you?
D6, 1d6
1d6 extra damage or 1d6 towards attack?
extra damage.
Okay. First one hits.
Boom.
That's
What
what,
is-
14? Oh, plus
Yeah.
a d6, right? 11. Okay. That shot hits him right in the neck, and the blood starts coming down. He kind of buckles to one knee, but he gets back up, ready to fight again.
And my second shot is going through his face. Does that hit?
I guess with Bless, yeah. Is that Bless there?
That is bless, yeah. That's 15 plus 4.
Yeah, that would hit him.
2d8 plus 6.
Plus a hunter's mark and a Colossus Slayer. I forgot to add a Colossus Slayer.
That's fine.
Hell yeah.
That's Colossus Slayer.
What's Colossus Slayer? A
That's
three?
just a
So what is
that's
that? 3. It's 10. He's still standing. He's not looking too good though. All right. It is the Thug's turn. I'm assuming your turn's over, Fulgur.
bonus actions. Nope, that's it.
Okay. This guy's actually going to jump on his and you see Black say, "Warn the others," and this guy's going to run.
Oh no, he's not in range. Darn. I should have stepped further.
Yeah. This
should have
guy's
600
gonna
feet
move
away.
here, and he's gonna stab at Book Guy. Standard attack. Just he gets to make 2 melee attacks, both +4. These are both +4 to hit you to those
God
19 and a 20. Yep. So both attacks each deal 1d6.
Gotta take mage armor.
Take 8 bludgeoning damage as this guy starts taking
Oh,
his,
both of
like-
those hit, so he takes 2d4 damage.
Do it. He's not doing too well. Thug 3 is asleep. And Thug 4 is actually going to shoot arrows back at you, Fulgur, seeing how you shot it, Master. So he's
Cool.
gonna make
We're in
2.
melee range. Doesn't he get disadvantage?
No,
Yeah,
he's not
yes.
shooting at someone with melee, though.
Is that how that
But
works?
they're still in range.
Yeah. If you're
Within-
threatened by somebody, even if you shoot at somebody else, it's still.
Oh, really? Oh, well,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to have to do it at disadvantage because I gave him only crossbow. So that's a crit wasted. That's fine. And then an 18.
And an 18 would hit.
Okay, cool.
Is the one on horseback just straight up gone? Like 120 feet
Yeah,
away?
he's running off. He's probably about 6
Yeah, okay,
off.
cool.
That's 5 piercing damage as an arrow gets into you. Full
How much was it?
5.
Sorry.
And top of the order, Ianto.
I just wanna, I'm gonna stab the one that attacked Yanto as my reaction. I just didn't want to interrupt the flow.
No, you're fine.
Stabby,
So
stabby.
that would be this guy here.
13 to hit, is that right? I don't know why that's an advantage.
13 does hit him.
13, yeah, okay, cool.
How far is Horse Guy at this point?
Probably 60 feet off.
8 damage, I spear him.
You get in real good into his deep, and as you pull it out, blood starts coming out of his side.
Okay, sorry, go ahead, Yanto.
Bonus action Misty Step. 30 feet away. 30 exactly. And then at the guy on the horse, I will cast a Firebolt.
Jesus Christ, you're not letting him get away. All right, do it.
With
send
bless.
attack.
With bless. Darn.
12.
Oh, that hits.
Oh, good. Wait, does it?
It does.
Nice.
Wait,
Also,
how much
maybe-
damage is Firebolt supposed to do?
D10, so 2d10.
that
Yeah,
was
I'm
two
just
rolls,
gonna
2d10.
check that it's doing the higher level. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
2d10.
Cool.
That
So
does
you
sound
actually
really
set
good with-
his back on fire, and he's screaming as he's still running off from his.
I'm going to
fire.
use that to once again breathe myself in fire till the end of my next turn.
Cool. Shoko, you're up.
I like the cast. Actually, no, I'm gonna remain still behind Fulgar.
I'm out of range, so you should do another Firebolt.
This time.
If you can hit the one on horseback, do it. If not,
Nope.
obliterate the others.
I'm behind Fulgar. I'm not going to move.
Are you going to attack?
No. How
You're
long?
gonna-
How long does combat, like full turn of combat, last?
About 6 seconds. It's about 6 seconds, Tyler.
No, I heard you.
Okay.
I'm just sorry. Sorry, I still don't know most of my spells.
Like, what are you as a sorcerer?
That's a melee one,
Don't want
sorry.
spells.
No, sorry. I thought I could read it. Oh wait. Oh fuck. Oh, where? Thunder's range is like an area attack, right?
Yeah, very short range one though. It'll be like right in front of you kind of thing.
Wait, I have a question.
Go ahead.
I still have movement after using Misty Step, right?
Yeah, your standard movement.
I'll move the others 30 feet.
You're right up on him.
That's after the attack.
That's fine.
Um,
He's still freaking out and on fire.
Is this like 30 right here ish?
Sure.
Yeah.
About.
Okay. I'm going to cast Fireball.
You could probably get one more actually if you wanted to.
That's can I reach Fireball from there?
Fireball's reach is like what, 30 feet?
120 feet, but it's like a big,
Oh, yeah.
it's a big explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have plenty of room.
At third level.
The fireball is at least 3rd level.
Yeah.
So you're going here.
Yeah.
All right, I need deck saves from Damien and
I'm
Bevy.
beating the fuck out of Shoko.
As that happens, I'm like,
I literally had
"No!"
one condition for traveling with you: don't blow me up again, and you blew me up again. What the fuck? Fuck!
I should have suggested careful spell. I should have suggested.
Shoko's only like literally like 14 years old. So
Don't.
So you take
Hey, you know that
damage.
thing that blew us up? Don't do that again near us. Does it again near us?
As she's about like as it's like going off of her hand, I'm like, no, wait.
All right, I make it this time though, which is cool.
Bevy, you do not.
Bevy,
make
you
it.
have wait. You have bless.
Oh, that's true.
You have bless, yeah.
You do not.
Damn
make
it! You needed one more than that.
God,
As
I
you
really,
take the full
I
blow.
really need to read up on my shit.
In the fireball, you hear a deep scream from Black, and his sleeping guy, wakes up screaming and dying, as well as this guy right here also dies.
Nice.
Um,
I'm making Constitution.
Wait, I was aiming. I wasn't aiming there though.
it's a 30-foot circle, so it would have hit all. Oh, were you aiming at this guy?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
aiming at
that's
the guy.
completely
okay,
different.
okay.
Yeah, no, I was aiming at the guy running away, not.
It looked like you pinged. It looked like you pinged here, so I was confused.
No. I mean
Oh.
here. I'm sorry about that.
No worries. Then actually, cancel that for Bevy and Damien, but Ianto, I'm
Thank
gonna
God.
take from you.
I thought I was safe.
You were wrong. You were wrong.
You are never safe.
Yeah, welcome to this new campaign where I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
The biggest enemy is a 14-year-old girl.
So Ianto, in that fire, when
This is
you're
a
covered in
12-year-old boy.
fire as a
I'm a
different fire
tiefling. I
comes
have
into
fire
the-
Thank
resistance.
God for that.
I'm a 2 HP right now.
However, that horse is screaming, and that man who you just set on fire manages just to put out the last bit as a giant ass fireball comes and engulfs him, and you just hear him go, "Oh, not again! Fuck this!" And then, as there's charred flesh all around you. I'm assuming Shoko, that's your turn.
Yes. Yes.
Black is screaming, somebody, go warn them at the castle. As he moves up here, he's gonna do 2 attacks on you, Bevy, with his longsword.
Alright.
These are both +5 to hit. Does an 18 hit you?
Okay, so this is now important. I can use my dex on unarmed strikes. Would you count them as a finesse weapon to be able to use my defensive duelist feat?
I think that's an argument that people have had for a while with swords. Since they're monk weapons, but they're not finesse weapons.
Well, no, your fists arguably don't get the property of finesse. if
Okay,
you're asking
fair
about
enough.
Your fists. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Fair enough. Okay, so 1 hits. Yep.
Okay, cool. So that will take 1d8 plus 3. Take 10 slashing as he slices, and then he's gonna turn and he's gonna try to engage with you, Damien, as he sends his short sword in your direction. So this is a +5 to hit you, which I'm assuming doesn't hit you. Nope. His short sword wings off your shields and kind of lands on.
The face is just a neutral face. He like smacks into the neutral face.
Smacks it so hard, and it's actually your turn.
So Horseman who's running away is incinerated, right?
Is super
Alright.
dead.
So I'm gonna channel divinity. I'll ping it for you guys. I'll need some saving throws from.
Please don't make
No,
me do
you're
anything.
fine. I need wisdom saving throws from all the enemies within 30 feet of me. It won't let me ping it for some fucking reason.
Including the one who's asleep.
Who can see or hear you? So no. So just the
Okay.
ones.
The 2 that are awake.
I'll raise my wisdom and I'll say, "You're all gonna want to calm down and listen to me for just a goddamn second."
Black crits. The other guy does
Okay.
not, and is calm and listening.
So the one who is listening,
Okay.
drops his
Is
weapon
this-
and is charmed by
Okay.
me until the end of the start of my next turn. No, until the end of my next
Okay.
turn.
Cool.
And I'll say, "You're gonna want to just listen up. Don't do anything rash here, buddy. Okay, calm down." And I will healing word my good rat buddy, so he can punch again and do some cool stuff.
So I'm gonna say the guy right in front of you with the little heart. He's the charm.
Cool. So you guys discuss cooperating. Don't worry about this one. I'll, for now. So 8 health for you, Bevy, and you get to make an attack if you so choose.
Sure. 8 sorry, just put that back up.
Bevy, why don't you show Mr. Black what we do, how we deal with people
That
who don't
hits.
listen?
5.
Oh, that is just enough. How do you want to kill him?
I'm gonna grab him by the face, and like at the point where my glove meets my arm, just a bunch of rats are gonna swarm out of my arm and cover his entire face, like at least.
So he screams the scream of someone who's just witnessed their worst nightmare as you punch into him, and all of a sudden rats. I'm assuming at least one gets in his mouth somehow.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're
The
gonna
tail
start
slithers
biting.
through his teeth.
They're gonna start biting and eating him. That's
Cool. Yeah, I don't have to give further description. That's
Yeah,
horrifying.
please don't. God, it's just.
He is
Why
super
was this
dead.
not in Barovia?
Yeah, wait, what?
Paint the picture for us.
All right, cool. Is that your turn, Bevy?
Yeah, I have 7 temporary hit points now.
Jesus
I'm a-
Christ.
I've got full tums. But when I was struck earlier, you saw like several rats just like fell out of my disguise, and they're like cleaved in half and dead.
I was hoping to do a little bit
Isn't
of
my-
battlefield surgery on a couple of them with my healing word.
I think it's actually your turn, Bevy.
Oh, it is. Okay, great. Guy's asleep, and this other guy, what's he doing? Over
Guy's
here?
asleep. This guy is staring lovingly at Damien. This guy's freaking the fuck out and is looking towards.
Okay. I see his fear, and I'm gonna rush him and attack him.
Cool. Do it. Hits.
6.
Cool.
Second attack. That
Does
doesn't
not
hit.
hit.
I'm gonna do flurry of blows. 2 more
Okay.
on arm.
So just so you know, also bonus action, you can do one straight bonus action as an strike and not. Or is that
Yeah.
only when you
No,
get melee?
you're
weapon?
right.
I forgot.
No, it's a monk weapon attack, which also counts as your fist. So.
Yeah.
Yep,
so
so I-
you're welcome to flurry of blows, but always know that you can get a free bonus action strike. You
Okay.
just choose one.
Monks are
Um,
surprisingly complicated for.
That does hit.
Okay. 5 points of damage. Ooh,
Yep,
and
that
that's the
definitely
flurry
hits.
of blows.
Would you like to roll? Oh,
No,
nice.
they said-
We want to roll.
That also kills this
Okay, I was gonna
guy.
say, did you want to roll the bless? But if he's done, it's fine.
So, yeah, how do you want to kill that guy?
This one's gonna be like. It's gonna be like really clean. I'm just gonna kind of like grab him behind the head. Like I'm gonna stun him with a hit in the stomach, and I'm gonna grab him by the head and like pull up on his neck and break his neck.
Jesus, and he falls straight to the ground, dead. All right, so that kind of ends the encounter there. One guy's obsessed with your guy here. Big Bad Black is dead, and this other guy's passed out of sleep. Do you guys want to do anything?
I was just gonna have time up, and we can ask him some questions.
Cool.
Would you be
Do that.
opposed if we took a break?
I would like to
Here at the server?
I would like to chain them up.
Cool. I mean, there's shackles that you
Yeah,
guys literally
we're gonna
just took off
shackle them.
yourself.
That's I would like to chain them up,
So they are easily chained up.
and I would like to chain them to the horse.
Cool.
we have-
You do
How
it.
about we take those horses for
Yeah.
ourselves?
The one that's incinerated a little bit. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. You know, I maybe want to take a break from walking.
Can make it an undead horse somehow.
The charm wears off these two guys as they slowly wake up and realize they're chained. Panicking and freaking, they're starting to rip at their chains, trying to get loose. Please, just let us go, please.
Can I step on one of the just like on their chest, just like a giant, just dragon like foot, just on the guy's chest, push it down into him.
Cool, he starts to cry. What do you want with me? I'm just following orders. I'm just a hired hand.
Where were you taking us?
Castle Arcane.
Ah, they were bringing us to where we wanted to go.
Yeah, I don't much like
he-
going
does he-
places in chains.
Does he say anything when I say that?
No, he doesn't
No.
react.
We
These men are in league with the Golden Man.
Yeah, I heard you mention
They
that. What's
come-
that about?
They react and goes, how do they know about gold? How do they gold? And they seem unwilling to talk once they realize you mentioned gold's name.
I guess I'm gonna write all this down.
Hey, go ahead, Scott.
Can I roll? I just want to roll a perception check. Like while I'm still standing on the guy, I just like want to glance around, see if any of the other guys are coming,
Nope.
following up.
You can go ahead.
As he's doing that, Shoko should be like, we should take their uniforms and disguise ourselves as them, or we approach their main camp, and we have the shackles. So some should take uniforms and some should be prisoners.
Yeah, speaking of those uniforms, what's with those multicolored scarves you guys got going on there?
Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to talk about.
Fulgur, you don't see anybody coming.
Cool.
Perception check. They kind of look at you, Damien, and they go, "Well, that's our outlying marker. We're the Prism. We're the part of the Prism gang. Each leader of the Prism gang gets designated a color by gold."
You guys ever play that Pokemon board game they got going around? Sounds like that.
Monopoly?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the same thing. But Prism game, that's a cool name. I like that a lot. You know, I haven't dealt with the Prism game. I did a lot of the Black Hand. You know, there was a bunch of kids, but you know, not the Prism gang.
As this one guy's talking to you, the other guy goes, "Shut up! Just shut up!" And then both of them kind of remain silent, staring at.
Where do just out of curiosity, where do they have these scars?
They kind of look at you, go, "We're not talking. You can either decide to persuade them or intimidate them to try to get them to continue to talk."
Well, can I see where they have these scars though?
Only only leaders have the scarf, and there was one guy who had it. The big bad had a black scarf around his neck.
Okay.
To intimidate, I would like to take my foot off of him,
Okay.
and I'm waving around a sword, and do they notice that they're tied to the horse?
Probably at a certain point they've noticed. Yeah.
What's the castle's name?
I kind of
I'll put it in the chat.
I kind of just lift up the chains and I kind of just drag it like the rope from their hands. I kind of just lead my hand down the rope, and I'm hoping their eyes just follow, and I just lead it towards the horse
Got you.
because I tied it to the horse.
I see where you're going.
Yeah, and so like I'm just like I want to wind up, and are they gonna be like a wait kind of a thing? Because I'm about to hit
make
the
your
horse.
intimidation check to see if they think you're going to go through.
Advantage or no advantage?
I'll give you advantage. They're about to die.
Okay.
Wait, are we killing them?
Well, that's what they think. Let's give them both a strength check.
I mean, I suppose we only need one.
If they
guy.
don't, I mean, if they don't say anything, I'm smacking the horse, and I want the horse to just go running.
One of them is freaking out, where the other one, who up, is staring you dead in the eye, almost daring you to do it.
And so I go over to the weak one, and does he start just spewing things out?
He's looking at you, shivering and crying, not sure what you want him to say.
Well, what else do we want to know from them?
I suppose, have they met our associate, Avina?
Oh yeah. Do you know
What
Yeah, go
race is Avina, anyway?
Avina's a human.
Human woman.
Have
Might
you seen a
been through
human
these
woman running around here?
We capture so many slaves. Hell, Gold wants them for his experiments. Maybe there was a human woman at some point. There were so many human women, but after they get turned into what they get turned into, I don't know.
Anybody else? Questions?
Golden Man. Who's Golden Man?
That's
What's
Gold.
Golden?
That's Gold. He's the leader of the Prism Gang. He captured Castle Arcane. He's gonna create a new nation. We're gonna be nobles in his new nation if we just do what he says.
Is there a way in and out of the castle? Secretly?
The strong guy's kicking him. Shut up. But he says there's only two entrances to the castle. There's the main entrance and there's the back entrance. The main entrance is always heavily guarded. The back entrance not so much.
Okay. I think our job here is
Please
done.
don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please. Please.
At this point, David will walk and say, "All right, I think. Does anybody else have any more questions for these two bozos?" All right.
No.
No.
And I'll go up real close to him and I say, "We're gonna shackle you up, and we're gonna point you back toward that gnome town back there." Now, and I point to Ianto. That man turns into fire, and I point to Bevy. That man is a bunch of rats. Me, you, regular Joes like us, you don't want to cause trouble. I think you should just get back to that town, let them know you're here to help them out, pay for the damages to the inn there, and I think we'll be square, alright? You two cause no more trouble, you walk straight back there. I find out otherwise, I'll have my fire friend here, my rat friend here, have a go with you. Does it sound good to you?
Make an intimidation or a persuasion check at advantage because they're already scared of.
I turn. As he's saying this, I kind of turn the horse in the direction of where we just came.
Don't need that advantage. First roll, baby.
Oh, sick.
The scared one is happy to hear you. The quiet one tends to just kind of gets up reluctantly and holds out his chains as if you're gonna undo them.
And as he's, I just smack the horse. And I want him to just run back into the direction of
Can you drag them?
Wait,
with
no, we want that horse. Wait,
Yeah.
we want that horse. I want that horse. Hang on.
That's my horse. I wanted it to be dragged.
There's only 3 horses. You can't claim a horse.
I
claim the
horse. I have 2 people.
Carrying 2 people. Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
As before you slap the horse, the stronger one, the one who hasn't really been speaking as much to you guys, just kind of looks you in the eye, Fulgur, and says that gold is gonna make monsters of you yet. But then you slap the horse and they get dragged off into the opposite direction.
Cool. Back to
I'm
horse
okay
town
with
is
that.
the ideal.
I face the horse in the back to town. I just want him to get yanked.
Tell them that we sent you.
So there are 2 horses. Black is sitting here dead, as well as one guy who's intact, one guy who's just a pile of embers, so there's not really much of him. Is there anything you guys want to do to the bodies?
Investigate.
Yeah, let's
Cool.
do
I'll cast
Yeah, I'll do
guidance
that.
on I don't know, whoever feels like they want a little bit of extra boost. I'll give it to Fulgur
could
because
do
I
that.
think Fulgur was doing a good job. So
Uh,
go ahead.
Also, are we short resting? Because I super need it.
So I'll give
Yeah.
guidance to whoever hasn't
Rest.
rolled yet, since you can add it afterwards. So
I mean, I'm already decently there.
on Black's person, besides his black scarf / handkerchief, he does have a long sword, a short sword, a crossbow, and a full thing of crossbow. In terms of gold, he's got 1d20 gold. You do find a pouch containing 16 gold on him. The other guy seems to have been a low-level guy. He doesn't have too much on him, except for maybe his crossbow.
Can I grab the black handkerchief?
You're more than welcome to.
I want that.
You have it. It's yours.
I grab it and I look around. I look around the group and I go for the collection.
does he have
I kinda
does he
just
have a heavy
Put it back in
crossbow?
my-
He does have a heavy
Alright,
crossbow.
I gotta check if that's simple or not.
Probably.
I think it's martial. I know light crossbow is simple, but
That being said, I'm gonna have to go to bed.
Oh, it is
It's
10:30.
Yeah,
Do we want to cut it here, guys?
I would like
Yeah.
to. I think it
Can
would
I
be a
put
good
in the
stopping
short
point.
rest before we go?
I would say get off the path of wherever.
yeah, Damien will
off the main
spend
path where they're
time
going.
like
But yes,
just putting the bodies up and digging shallow graves for them for a little bit.
I would have just put them in the water.
Nice.
Got you. So it is still probably about a day or two's journey to the castle.
Okay, so we have time.
You're kind of seeing.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Even
then yeah,
with
we
the
got time.
horse, you've got plenty of time to rest and relax.
All right, cool.
Okay, so that ends the first session. Hope you guys
Yeah, that
have
was
fun.
awesome. I fucking loved it.
That was
Yeah.
that was good.
Great. And I'm assuming next week, Zach, we're gonna move back to yours.
Yeah, if that works for you, we can go 1-1. I think that'll keep it fresh for us and not get too drained.
Also give us time to like,
Actually
set
prep.
ourselves up.
Yeah, exactly.
What's prep?
Yeah, that's.
All right, guys.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right, awesome. Thanks to the
Thanks so
DM.
much for playing.
That
Thank
was
you.
awesome.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.